What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So we have a new Predator Badlands trailer. Elle Fanning teams up with Predator on Dangerous Hunt. This trailer just dropped a couple of hours ago, so it is fresh and we're gonna jump into it. But before we do, I make no bones about it. I was not impressed with the first trailer that we got for Predator Badlands. We have that trailer review reaction in our playlist, so if you want to go back and take a look at it, feel free to do so. But to summarize it, and I think a lot of people felt this way. I mean, as a long time Predator franchise fan, and I wouldn't say, I'd say the only things when it came to Predator I didn't like, not the first film, I'm talking about in general, were like the Alien versus Predator films. And I think I'm not alone in that. I think a vast majority of people, when we heard we were going to get an Alien versus Predator movie, we expected something completely different and a lot more than what we got, even when they decided to do a second one. But then we had like the other film Predators, where we had the group of humans dropped off on this planet, and it looks like it had been done for centuries, and they are hunted by various different types of predators. You can see as far as the food chain goes, they all look vastly different. I, for one, enjoyed that film, and I did enjoy the fact that we got to see different variations of what the predator looked like as far as a species goes. Now, when we got to Predator Badlands, I was hyped for this. I wanted to see where we're going to go with this, but I don't know if I'm alone in this, and I might be, but I'm going to stand 10 toes down on this. I did not like the way they have the Predator look as far as like the makeup goes. I haven't liked it since we saw that. I thought it might grow on me maybe when we see more of it, but this is going to be the first time we're going to see more. I doubt they've made any changes. I doubt that the fan pushback that there was on the appearance of this Predator, I don't think they made any changes. I think, hey, either you like it or you don't like it. We're not going to make changes, so we're rolling with it. So we're going to jump into this article like we always do first. Then we're going to jump into the new trailer, see what new scenes, see what new visuals we might be getting out of this one. So let's jump into it. 20th Century Studios has debuted an action-packed and creature-heavy new trailer for Predator Badlands this morning, giving a closer look at the unexpected team-up between a young Yutani, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Yutani warrior and a Wayland Yutani synth or synthetic. Predator Badlands will release in theaters on November 7th, 2025 in IMAX, Dolby Cinema Real D 3D, Cinemark XD, 4DX, Screen X, and premium screens everywhere. So I think they're really hoping this is going to have the impact that they're expecting. I think they're hoping it's going to have the same level of response as Alien Romulus did. Now, I know a lot of people, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that that was a great film. I'm not saying that many people enjoyed it versus didn't enjoy it. I think the crowd was split, right? I think many people thought it was an amazing film, an amazing science fiction, back to like science fiction horror for the franchise versus science fiction action. And many people were like, this is trash. What are you all talking about? So I'm thinking we might see a similar split here. So, but they're really going all in as far as the various formats for the screens that they're going to be showing this in. All right, so let's continue on. The newest entry in the franchise is set on a remote planet where a young predator outcast from his clan finds an unlikely ally in Thea and embarks on a treacherous journey in search of the ultimate adversary. The new trailer warns that the warrior has chosen the most dangerous game on the most dangerous planet possible. Trachtenberg directs from a script he co-wrote with Patrick Asen, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. There's a quote, there's a unique hook to her character that is exciting in the pairing of her and Deck. Trachtenberg previously teased to BD of one of Fanning's characters. The trailer finally brings answers on that front. This is a damaged synth or synthetic who will be strapped to the back of Deck in their bid to hunt big game. The trailer also brings a new poster that supports the trailer's new weaponry and creature action. It welcomes fans to a world of hurt. All right, so then I imagine then that poster is going to be at the bottom of this article. So I am glad that we are getting a new poster for this. Owned by Disney under the 20th Century Studios umbrella, the Predator franchise, of course, kicked off with the original action horror classic in 1987. That was followed by sequels Predator 2, which was okay. Predator 2, I think it was kind of like one of those, I don't want to say cash grabs, because I mean it did have some star power that was in it, but it just didn't land. I think it's one of those either you love it or you hate it type sequels. Then you have Predators, which I mentioned earlier, I actually did enjoy. The Predator, did not enjoy. And Prey, which I know a lot of people really enjoyed Prey. As well as the 2 Alien vs. Predator movies, which were trash, absolute trash. I don't think I've ever revisited those since they were originally released. I've never gone back to watch those as part of the Alien or Predator franchise. Like if I do like a binge watch of an entire of either franchise, those are just non-existent to me. The long-running franchise also includes all kinds of comic books and games. Get ready for a very different type of Predator movie this fall. All right, so we have the trailer here. All right, so there's this poster. All right, here's Welcome to a World of Hurt. All right, so we have, let's see here. Got some flying, almost like dinosaur pterodactyls or something in the background. I doubt that's what they are, but so okay, we have the Predator here with the mask on, with the sword. It appears to be jumping into the mouth of whatever this monster is. And then we have the classic Predator logo right here, which I dig. I love that classic, as far as like the original films, Predator logo. Badlands only in theaters November 7th. Then we have this here, which another image here. Yeah, see, if this image here is from this new trailer, it doesn't look like they've changed anything as far as the look and feel of the makeup, so to speak, which I'm not digging this at all. And that's just me. All right, so that's the end of the article. But yeah, this poster though, I mean, it's pretty simple, pretty mid to me. I mean, I think they could have done a little bit more with it, but maybe we'll see whatever this monster is in this new trailer. Otherwise, I wonder, which we've seen this before, whether it's in trailers or movie posters or images, they release stuff like this, and then when it gets to the final cut of the movie, this imagery here or whatever this scene is actually removed from the film, which again, we've talked about this before. I thought that they weren't allowed, I thought studios weren't allowed really to do that anymore, because I know there was a lawsuit years ago where a studio was sued because a group of fans felt misled by what was shown in a trailer versus what was actually in the film. And I think they actually won that case, and the studios had to stop doing that. So whatever they were putting in their trailers had to be in the film. I could be wrong on that, but I could have swore that something like that took place. So, all right, let's get back to the top of the article, like we always do. Yeah, and even looking at this image here again, because this describes what we just read, right? Where the synthetic is strapped to his back. It looks very much exactly what we saw in that first trailer. So again, I'm not expecting we're going to see any changes there. So to me, I'm not expecting I'm going to like it any more, which is I don't really like it all that much. So all right, let's jump over to the trailer and see what this, hopefully we'll get a lot of new stuff. So let's see what new stuff we're going to get.
So this is your first hunt. And you've come to the most dangerous planet in the universe. You're after a creature that can't be killed. The definitive apex predator. I could help you. Well, Good luck with your journey. Here, you're not the predator. You're the prey. We might not be alone in this hunt.
So it looked pretty decent, much better than the first trailer we got. Now I will say, for me, I do like, when you think about all the Predators we've seen in the past, this one seems to be the most mobile, as far as movement, as far as like a warrior type Predator, so to speak. Like, we see a lot of its agility as far as when it's getting into some of these fights or battles, or when it's being attacked by something. So I do like that aspect and change a bit of it. It's not just camouflage in the tree, you know, shooting you with like my laser shoulder gun, whatever it was called. So I do like that aspect of it. We're seeing a lot more movement for this particular Predator. And again, I'm referencing back to like the original Predator, right? And the original sequel. One thing I also like is the scenery. We saw some wide shots, especially like a desert area of some scenery. So I do like that. Looks like it's primary, and so it's kind of jumping back and forth from like some like desert land, some desert environment, to kind of like a wood foresty environment, jungle. I guess that's the best way to put it. We also see what appears to be, we don't know, we never saw the face, a much older Predator, maybe a much stronger Predator, because the dreads were much longer, were all like white or silver, and it had this, I don't want to call it a crown, but like on its mask, it had like these antlers attached to it on both sides. So that was unique in itself, because we also see the Predator that we're following and this Predator fighting towards the end of the trailer. We also see our main Predator speaking in its like native tongue, which I can't remember too many Predator films or Predator where it was actually speaking, like holding conversation, right, or responding in such a way. We also see, we see our Predator using what appeared to be one like a military type gun, like an automatic pistol, which again, don't think we've seen all that often, where it's using other weaponry that's not of its own like kind, I guess, if that's the best way to put it. And then we see at the very end of the trailer, which is this big monster, which it looked like it was the same monster that's on the poster, because on the poster we just see almost as if it's looking up with its mouth open. In this case, it looks like we're seeing like the full body of the monster itself. So we might actually then get to see whatever that scene is on the poster depicted in this battle that it's having at the end of this trailer. So all in all, I think it's an entertaining, more action-packed trailer, much better than the first one. I'm still not fully sold on the way the Predator looks, as far as like, again, just like the skin tone, how it looks, how it's coming across. It just looks very fake. It doesn't look like, if I were to describe like a reptile, of like how the original Predator looked. It doesn't have that look. So I'm not sure the best way to describe it. It just looks, again, very, very fake. And again, I know it's fake. It's just a movie. But when I think about, again, what the first what the Predator looked like in the first couple of films, it looked more reptilian. Like the skin was like, I don't know. It's just hard to describe, especially in the first film when he's up in the tree after he's been shot, after they were all shooting into the woods, unloading all their ammo, and he's up in the tree and he's like fixing his wounds, and we see him like opening up his first aid kit. You see how reptilian like his hands look, his fingernails, everything about him looked, and that does not have the same appeal here. It looks completely different. So anyways, that's going to do it for this quick trailer review reaction for Predator Badlands, the second, I believe that's the second official trailer. Comes out November 7th. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think about the new trailer. Also, let me know what you think about like how the Predator looks. Does it matter to you? Do you think it looks better, worse, indifferent? You don't really care. You're just excited for that new Predator film. Again, drop a comment in the comment section. Also, if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you at the next one. Later.